Hello and welcome back to another episode of That Podcast. My name is Ryan Janke, and as always, I'm joined by Dayna Mashevsky, Pastor DJ Lura, and Pastor Becky Lee.
Hi, Ryan.
How are you?
Fine.
Good. Boy, that's just...
Well, it's our studio audience. It's
Yeah.
it's John and Jesus and Victor.
Victor, yeah. I think that actually, as the batteries wear
Creepy
thin,
ojo, Jesus.
as the batteries wear
get it?
thin,
Yes,
it drags out.
It's doing this.
It does.
Victor Juan and creepy ojos, Jesus.
Jesus.
Victor is short.
He is. He's shorter than he's supposed to be, and I'm
But
still bitter about it.
those Roman guys weren't real tall.
No, they weren't.
True.
No.
So it is
So he's
closer
like-
to.
Yeah, he is.
Huh.
Okay.
But
Jesus
I ordered.
was-
Jesus was not that tall.
Well, he's on tiptoes here in
That's
this,
true.
this statue. Yeah.
That's true.
I ordered a 6-foot cutout, and I got like
Really?
5 feet. I think they
Well,
like cut like a whole foot.
Did you get a discount?
No, just came too short.
So here at that
I'd
podcast, we have a I don't know.
Studio
I don't know if
audience.
live is the right word, but studio audience of former cutouts that have been used for different things.
Yeah.
They're here. Yep.
In life of the church, and one of them is the great John Elway, who is part of our tech crew. He kind of he blocks out things for lighting and so on, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Camera
Yeah. And
work?
so the story goes. Well, I guess it's true because I'm telling it the way it happened.
The way it happened, you were there. You're the eyewitness.
It's like this is your story. How can you not?
Are you making it up as you
Is
go
this like a
along?
fish
No.
story? It was
No.
this big.
So about I don't know,
When
over
we started broadcasting?
over 20 years ago.
Oh,
This goes back decades.
decade. Oh, wow.
Decades.
I didn't realize you're that old.
The Broncos won their, I don't know if it was after the first or second Super Bowl, but anyway, there was a Coors campaign, an advertising campaign in which they had a life-size John Elway cardboard cutout at a local establishment, and I knew somebody who worked there, and as a Broncos fan,
Well, and you had a crush on John Elway.
I never had a crush on John Elway.
Just
No,
checking.
I appreciated his play, but I never had a crush
He
on
was
him.
quite handsome, though. the
May
cutout.
have
He may-
been okay with a bromance if that came along.
There you go. There you go. A bromance.
In the-
There you
It was too early for a bromance.
Yeah, there were no bromances in those days.
go. Decades ago.
But anyway, a friend of mine, how would Reese say this? Acquired
Yes, that sounds
acquired-
about right.
a life-size cardboard cutout of John Elway.
Certainly didn't steal it.
Nope.
Acquired it.
Right. And probably late in the day. And so John wound up at my house, our apartment at the time. And, Tab never really took to John being in the apartment.
Oh, you were married to Tab at the time.
No,
You were already married?
I got John.
I mean, you're still married to Tab, too, at this time.
We are still married. But I acquired John before we even started dating, actually.
okay.
Yep. So she got him in the marriage. And
Well, and real quickly, you said 20 years ago, right?
well, it's over
Decades.
20.
Okay, so this is
decades.
no longer contraband then. This is the statute of limitations has run its course.
No, I like to make it bigger than it really was. I think that my friend asked a friend who worked there if they could have it.
All right.
and-
It was,
sure
it was
they
either
were
going to
like-
go in the garbage or it was
Yeah,
going
Well,
to
I'm
go.
sure that
Right.
the Coors campaign was over.
Yeah,
and
the campaign
John
was over,
gonna
so
be
then
going
they
in
were
the
just
trash.
gonna toss him.
Right.
And you're like,
Yes.
I'll give him a
There you go.
home. I'll give him
And
a good
who
home.
can toss that, right?
Right, exactly. And so he came to live with me, and then Tab and I started dating, and eventually got married. And so John was banished to the spare room,
Good.
where we would keep things that every once in a while Tab would have to go and get. And when she
oh no.
when she would walk in the room, I would know it because I heard, John Elway.
John Elway.
Yep.
You never put her in the bedroom while put him in the bedroom while she was sleeping, so she'd wake up and see him?
No.
That would just be cruel.
I didn't need to go out of my way to scare her with John because she did a good enough job on her own.
Okay.
But she's been trying to.
We're sorry, Tab.
Yeah, she's been trying to evict John for a long, long time, and so
we have him here now.
And so you do what many folks do. Hey, I'll bet you the
Give 'em to the
church
church.
could use a John Elway cutout.
it didn't happen.
This is true. This happens. People don't want things in their house, and they go, I wonder if they could use it at the church.
Use it at the
and
church.
we get the craziest stuff here.
Like John Elway.
that we really don't need.
Including a card. Well, no, what happened was after the pandemic took off and we started doing our live broadcasts, we would have to white balance or color balance the cameras in the sanctuary and in the ark. And we would always have to go find a volunteer to stand up on the stage.
I remember having to like hold some white, I don't know, cloth or something.
Yeah.
To make sure it was the right kind of white. And
Yep.
I'm like,
You
guys
thought it
good?
was you thought it was your Halloween costume.
Well, I'm holding it, and Mark is running around doing all kinds of stuff, and then all of a sudden he just leaves,
You're holding the sheet.
and I'm still holding the sheet up there, like, hey, can I be done? Hello. Luckily, the lights didn't turn off on me, and
So then we got John.
Well, right. So we always had to find a volunteer and leave them hanging, or we'd have to run back and forth ourselves, or it always took two. And one day I thought, you know what? John Elway has been looking for a new place for a long time. and so now
He's here.
Now he lives
works
at.
for us.
Yep.
He's right here.
If you need to get a hold of him, 4601 South University Drive. Yep, in Fargo. So John,
We could put him in front of the camera so they could see how
we could,
it looks, but let's not. Let's just keep him in suspense. He's very tall.
maybe in some future episode we'll
Actually,
pan
he
a
was
camera around.
He's more attractive then than he is now. He's not as attractive as an older man. I'm just saying.
So that's the story of John Elway. He lives here at the church now and is serving the Lord.
If you're listening, John, forgive me.
And he's giving us all kinds of directorial pointers. He keeps smiling at us, and I just picture him nodding his head like, you're doing a good job. Keep it up. Keep it up.
I think you banished him from your home when he didn't even acknowledge your application.
Oh no, he was here by
general
then.
Manager.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he was here by then because in my cover letter I sent a picture of myself with John. Yeah, I thought that would be the clincher,
That's what
but
happened. It was too creepy for him.
well,
That's
Yeah, they're
why
like, he
didn't
has this
answer you.
20-year-old cutout. Like, I just, the man is
He's taking
good
romance too
So,
far. Yeah.
I'm telling you, you are a person of conversation in the main office there in Denver.
Remember the guy who had a photo of himself with a cutout?
Like, we got the best fans. Look
They
at this-
actually
look at
have
this guy. He's
have
crazy.
security alerted
in
case you ever
If you
come
see
to
this
the
man in the
door at
building.
Denver Broncos
If-
offices.
if that envelope was unsealed to begin with, I'd be surprised, actually. But one more funny story. So for those of
You think the first one was funny?
Oh! Hey, yo.
ouch.
Wow. Are you blistering on that side of your face? Because you just
Well,
got burned.
It hurt. Yeah, I got a hole in the side of my shirt
Okay,
now.
come on, one more funny one.
So John, as he stands,
Such a polite show till Pastor Becky comes on.
as John stands, he's holding on to a football in this picture that was taken for the cardboard cutout, and a friend of ours. Like I said, goes back decades, right? So a friend of ours was over with his young son at the time, and John happened to be standing out in the living room, and his son kept looking at John for quite some time, and all of a sudden, he goes, "Come on, throw me the ball." Throw me the ball.
That's so cute.
Oh, I love it. How old was this kid?
Oh, he was little. He was probably 3. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Cute.
adorable.
Throw me the ball.
Throw me the ball.
That's great.
It's like, come on, you jerk.
Like, why are you just standing there?
Yep. So,
Very cute.
yeah, so.
Now they almost have to see what John looks like, but let's keep him in suspense.
We will. Yeah,
okay.
we'll keep him in
For
suspense.
another day. I don't think we'll show the creepy host Jesus
No.
either. Okay.
No, we'll. Normally, you can't see the live studio audience, so we'll keep it that way.
We'll keep it that way.
Yep.
Okay.
But
So-
he does still keep.
What are we going to talk about today, other than this crazy nonsense?
This is it.
You know what's coming
This is
up?
the whole show.
Well,
Exactly.
Christmas.
Christmas is coming soon.
Oh.
No, are you,
Advent.
Pastor Becky? Are you a Christmas before Thanksgiving type person, or
No.
a Christmas
Absolutely.
only?
I am hardly a Christmas before December 24th person.
Oh wow!
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Man. We already have.
When I see Christmas decorations in the store in August, I just go nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're Christmas tree nuts at our house, and
So it went up in October.
I'm pretty close. Like as soon as Halloween is over, we have a Christmas tree on our front porch. We have a Christmas
Yeah.
tree in our dining room.
Wow!
All the kids have
Wow.
a Christmas tree in their room. They're
Wow.
little ones. Yeah, those are all up. The big one, the big kahuna, the main Christmas tree has
Goes
not
up
been put up yet. It
Thursday,
will be put up
tomorrow.
tomorrow,
Is that the 7-footer or how?
Friday. What's that?
Is that a 7-footer or how?
That's the Griswold family tree that goes up
Oh,
at that
yeah.
point. You got to go chop it down and bring it in. And,
Oh, you get
the
live.
real
Really?
one.
a little
Well, it's not
sidetrack.
live anymore, I
For
guess.
years, when I lived in other parts of the country that are much more tree filled,
Tree-oriented.
yeah.
I've said it before. When what?
I just think that's funny.
We have trees in North Dakota. They're called
Yeah.
telephone poles. They're great.
So as
That's not right. We live by the river. There are trees by the river. Mark told us in his sermon 2 weeks ago.
That's true.
as people were moving more and more to the west, they ran out of tree seed around Ohio.
They sure did.
That's what I think.
So then how do you explain the trees on the other side?
Minnesota and Wisconsin are doing pretty good.
Well, they're all right. They're okay.
I don't think Ryan's ever gotten that far
I
west.
don't think he has. I think you haven't been in there. I had lots of trees where I lived in Minnesota.
Did you?
Southern Minnesota.
Yeah.
So it became
then, okay.
it became a practice of ours when we moved the family out to Pennsylvania. My oldest was 5 years old at the time. That every Christmas we would go and cut down our own Christmas tree because they had places all over the place where you would basically drive to the mountains and
Do
chop
that.
down a tree, strap it on top of the family wagon, and take it on home. And
You're like a Hallmark movie.
oh, we sure were.
Oh yeah.
Away you go.
Not anymore. Now we have a beautiful plastic tree that is Target bought that works like a charm, and you can throw it up
Those are
every year.
called they're called permanent trees.
Permanent trees. Okay.
They're not,
I worked
they're not
for a
fake
store
trees
that
anymore.
sold them, and so we called them permanent trees, not artificial or fake or plastic. They were permanent.
Well,
trees.
we used to do all of it, and I think my lovely, long-suffering wife, Melissa, just finally got tired of wrapping lights around trees.
Yeah.
So
Cleaning
this
up
one,
the needles.
yeah, that too. So now this one has lights that are on it right from the get-go. So you set it up, you plug it in, boom.
Yay.
Yep.
Put some
Hopefully.
tinsel and some ornaments on it. You're ready to roll.
Just wait till that middle part doesn't light up, though.
Well, that's what
the
would
bottom
happen.
works and the top works.
Yeah.
And it's got this whole dark middle part.
That's what would happen every year because it'd have this gigantic ball of stringed lights that
Oh, sure.
one light bulb stops working and the entire thing just shuts everything down. So
Yep.
So one year, we had.
Is this another
uh,
funny story?
Well, you can decide.
Okay.
We had. We had a what did you call it? A
Permanent tree.
permanent
tree.
tree. It wasn't permanent because we got rid of it, but we had the permanent tree, and then the day after Christmas, my lovely wife went and bought a steeply discounted brand new permanent tree so we could get rid of the old permanent tree. And then at cleanup week, I threw out the old permanent tree,
Did you actually?
only to find out the next Christmas that I threw out the new permanent tree.
Oh,
yeah.
that is a funny story.
So we had to go get a new permanent tree
at full price.
at full price.
a new
That's
permanent
almost
tree.
the exact same thing that my mom did. Is that
Really?
she threw out our old tree because she was like, I'll just get a new one when they're discounted. And then she forgot.
Oh.
And then come Christmas, she gets the box out and she's like, why is this box so light? There's no tree.
She didn't throw the box out, just the tree?
No, because she has like a tote, like a plastic tote
Oh,
that's for
gotcha.
the tree. So it's not like the box it came in.
Sure.
And she's like, why? What? And open it up and there's no tree. And my mom's like, well,
Yep.
either we go buy a brand new tree or we don't have one this year.
So what'd you do?
I think she had the dogs at that point. So she was just like, we're not having a tree.
It's okay.
So
That's
this might be
all right.
the first year in like 3 years that I get a Christmas tree.
Oh,
Really?
Because we haven't had a Christmas tree because of our dogs.
I've been
They
thinking
chewed on the
about it.
ornaments. And I'm mad about it.
I haven't done a tree for several years. I've been kind of scroogey.
Hmm.
But, well, it's me and the dogs. I mean,
Yeah. And they're a pain, quite frankly.
they are.
I
but
love
I'm
Christmas
thinking,
trees.
I'm considering this year. I am. I'm considering it. But, my mom, should we tell family Christmas tree
I think so.
stories?
I think so.
this is good. And then we'll talk about Thanksgiving in a minute.
Then we'll backtrack.
Yeah.
Well, by the time this comes out, Thanksgiving will be over.
We'll be done, and
Yeah.
it'll be Christmas time.
Yeah.
Advent.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll have to decorate John for Christmas, maybe.
Give them a hat.
Put some lights on them.
Put some lights around his neck, those sparkling necklaces. Anyway,
Light up shoes.
my mom was always into having, my mom and my dad, they always wanted the perfect tree.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we would go shopping, and now I'm going to explain to everyone. My dad had polio. He would be in the car, and we would go through the tree lot and walk with trees to the car, and he would sit from the driver's seat, and we'd turn it around, and you go, no, it's got it, no, and till we had the perfect tree. And then we'd bring it home, and one time, I was a junior in college, my boyfriend at the time was going to come visit us, and Mom got the perfect tree to stand in the living room corner, and it was crooked, and it wasn't going to be good enough to show to a boyfriend coming home from college. So she drove 10 miles to Tigan's store and got another perfect tree. And he came earlier than expected. So here is our living room with one perfect, not quite tree laying in the middle of the living room, another one up against the wall with my mother underneath the tree with her hair rollers in. And we always had a hook in the corner wall to put the wire on that went around the tree that made it stand absolutely straight. And so she was trying to get all that going. I went, hi, Mom, this is Steve. Steve, this is my mom. We broke up shortly thereafter.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. No.
Hey, it was okay. It was okay. That was okay. But anyway, it was a kind of a fun story to see my mom laying underneath the tree with her hair rollers in and trying to make it perfect. Then there was always decorating the tree. Because my dad Dad liked the tree to be perfect in every way with all the balls in the right place and the bulbs in the right place and everything. Mm-hmm. And then he would sit in his chair and tell you which branch to put the bulb on.
Oh, boy.
And the Christmas decoration on. That was always a fun time, too. Well, it's memorable. Obviously, it's memorable.
Yeah,
Yes.
right.
Sometimes I'd go, Dad, it won't go there. There's no branch there. We didn't get a perfect tree. So anyway.
Get
My mom would always
out
let
the
me-
duct tape.
Yeah, just like,
Well,
wire the branch.
sometimes
there.
you drill a hole.
Yeah. Wow.
Sometimes you drill a hole in the trunk and then find a branch to go in. Never mind. It was crazy.
So did you
Beautiful trees.
That's hardcore.
did you have a favorite ornament or anything like that you remember? Like was there ever a tradition to get new ornaments every year?
No, we had a lot of the same ornaments. They were beautiful. We had an angel. We had everything there was. We always have a star on top, and I loved Christmas in my house. We really did. We really got along well, and it was a good time. I just was trying to tell a funny story.
That's part of the fun.
That's
Sit
part of the
back
fun
and
is
find the humor.
making the stories up, and talking about it.
The humor and the
fun.
craziness.
Yep.
I still have, to this day, I have my ornament from when I was real little and my brother's ornament, and it's Bert and Ernie.
Oh,
So-
cute.
Nice.
And it's made the trip with me everywhere. And so when
Which one is Bert and which one is Ernie?
my brother is Bert and I am Ernie
Okay, Ernie. I'm going to remember
because
that.
I'm much shorter than he is and I laugh funnier than he does.
Like that.
You have a better sense of humor than Davis? Are you saying that?
I
he
think
might
so.
be listening. We better not
Yeah, oh
say
yeah,
that.
absolutely.
Hi, Davis.
I'm much more laid back than he is. He's
Oh,
all
okay.
business. he's always amped up to a 10 for
He
sure.
golfs.
He does. He's mellowed in his should I say old age? He's mellowed
Oh, okay.
over the years, but yeah, always intense.
I only met him, once. So.
Yep. He's a football coach, so it's.
Yeah. It needs to get intense.
Well, and
Yeah, that's where all the energy goes.
Yeah.
He teaches elementary school, doesn't he?
He teaches high school.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That makes you a little tense too sometimes.
I would imagine.
Well, I don't know about
Yeah.
tense, but he is intense.
Intense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
There you go.
Whatever he's doing.
Yeah. So what are you doing for Thanksgiving? We will have done it by the time this is on the air or on
Yeah.
the stream waves.
Well, so Thanksgiving begins today. Actually, it's we've already
it
started.
does at Atonement. too.
Yep. We've already started de-thawing the turkey and
No,
Thawing.
brining
and
it.
then-
Thawing.
Wait.
Yeah,
If
thawing
you
it.
de-thaw, you're freezing it again.
Oh, okay. Defrosting it then.
Defrost.
Thawing it.
Thawing it.
Thawing.
Yep.
It's
Thawing
been
is
thaw.
not-
It's been thawing in the fridge for about 4 days now,
That's good.
and it got brined yesterday.
Okay.
So
Ryan just brined his this morning.
I did. Yep.
Do you always brine your turkey?
This is the first time I'm ever doing it.
Are you going to do it in the Traeger?
Oh, yeah.
that's
Whoa.
I was wondering if you're gonna smoke.
Yep. I'm gonna. Yep. So we'll see how that goes.
Is your first brining too, DJ?
No. This is what we've done for years.
Does it get too salty or no?
No. My wife is an excellent cook, and
So
she makes it so good.
What do you brine? Do you submerge the whole turkey in brine?
Yeah.
So what do you have to have? A trash can?
No, we have a 5-gallon bucket.
Yep.
that you
Is it
can-
an Ace Hardware bucket? Because
If it's
Ryan's
not,
is.
This is the place with it.
Yeah. If it's
We
not,
get
it
paid
should
for
be.
that.
That's right. I honestly think we bought something that was specifically for turkeys. Like
Really,
that's all it's used
brining,
for.
a brining
Oh.
bucket.
A brining bucket.
Holy moly!
Yep.
Wow.
I just have an Ace Hardware 5-gallon pail. That's
I
what
would.
use.
I'd get mine. Well, sometimes I get mine at Home Depot too.
I just like that it's just a plain bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else do you need?
I mean, you don't. Like, it makes sense. It's just funny to look at it in the kitchen. Sit in there.
Yep. It works.
There you go. Okay.
Works
I've
great.
never
Yep.
brined a turkey.
Well, so I bought, because this is my first time doing this.
Do you make your own brine?
No. I bought a Traeger
Oh.
You bought one of their.
packet. So it's got their turkey blend. I don't know. Who knows? But it's their turkey blend, and then it comes inside the bag with all the pellets. Comes the brine and then the dry rub to put on later.
Are you gonna dry rub too?
Oh, you have to.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay.
We'll
Did
see.
you dry rub the cavity on the inside?
It said to put it on the inside too. Yep.
Okay. Well, then you should do that.
Well, I will. Yeah.
Okay.
So I can tell you what's in the brining because I've been the wheelman for my wife's nefarious plans for Thanksgiving. So I got to go to the grocery store with a long list of finding all this stuff. So there's no salt.
Really?
There's thyme, rosemary, parsley, sage.
There's a song like that.
There's a couple other things. There's like 8 or 9 different things. A whole lot of garlic. Whole lot of garlic. Lemon, and a couple of other ingredients.
So it's not really brined. Yours is just soaked in stuff.
Well, no, you make the brine because then you put it on the oven.
But brine means salted.
Well, I'm sure there's salt in it too.
Okay.
But I didn't have to pick up salt. We had salt in house, so that wasn't one of the other ingredients that I had to search around and ask people about. Where do I find this?
Okay, got it.
So, and then I had to find twine. Did you know you get baking twine?
Oh yeah, you can.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I'd never heard of that before.
That's how you make bread.
I would have gone out to the garage and just gotten some
Twine and just wrapped
no.
good old twine, wrapped her up. You bet.
No, they have baking twine. I've used that when I've made like pork loins because sometimes
You have to truss it up.
sometimes I'll take the pork loins and then I'll smash them flat and then put like some sort of a score them and then mix together like some sort of an apple sort of something or other and then spread it in there and then put them together like a hoagie, But then you got to tie them with your
To keep them together.
and then put them on.
So the hardest thing was 2 things to find that I could not find. I looked up and down. I asked for help. It was oatmeal wheat bread. I couldn't find it anywhere. I found one little loaf in the whole row, the whole sea of bread that they have at the grocery store. one little small loaf of oatmeal wheat bread.
Is that your stuffing?
Yeah, it goes in the stuffing. That and frizzy.
Why didn't you just get some Ezekiel bread?
Well, is Ezekiel bread oatmeal bread?
No.
Probably not.
Have you ever had Ezekiel bread?
No, because it's got things growing out of it.
Yeah, it's
What?
Yeah.
It's,
Look it up. Oh, you don't have a...
it's some healthy stuff in that Ezekiel bread. It's good for you. But no, and that and frizzy, which is a kind of lettuce.
Yep.
What?
And if you get a spring mix, it has
Yeah.
that's one of the kinds that's in there.
With all the little all the little ripples in it.
Yeah.
I don't eat salad, so I wouldn't know.
Well, I hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, Ezekiel bread or sprouted bread.
Well, it probably has frizzy in
Whole grains that have been allowed to sprout or
Oh, no.
germinate before being milled into flour.
Do we really think people are going to listen to this?
Oh, yeah.
it. No, they've tuned out already.
Yeah. They skip to the good parts.
They're
They're like, and they're still
crazy.
talking about bread.
Yeah, if they made it this far, that's because they're hardcore and they'll listen.
Okay. I'm looking up how to brine a turkey. There's a beautiful turkey here. And it has oranges and frizzy around it.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you got a turkey? You didn't buy a goose?
All right, Dayna.
Let's hear that story. That's
I
another
just wanted you
funny
to tell the
story,
story
right?
again. Okay?
Let's try that story, shall we?
Dayna, you hurt me.
That's what I'm here for.
You cut me deep now.
Well,
You cut me deep.
Did you go shopping
So
for
this-
birds this week, Ryan?
the story goes...
You got a turkey. You didn't get a goose. That's fact.
I think this story is also true. It isn't the story goes. It's like, this is a true story.
So on Saturday, we went out to buy all of our things that we need for Thanksgiving. And one of those things was a turkey. And on the way to the grocery store, Tabitha was telling me about how, well, hopefully we can get a turkey because with all this supply chain problems, they might be short on turkey. I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll get whatever I can, And so we go in and she's got her list and she said, I'm going to go get this stuff. You go grab a turkey. Sounds good. So I went over to, one of the little stations in the middle of the aisle there, and
The little cooler.
the little cooler, yep. And there's a bunch of little butterball, must have just been, turkey breasts in like a million of them, like when you go to buy the little Nerf footballs or something. There was a ton of them in there. And then next to them were these what appeared to be turkeys to me.
Whole birds.
It was a bird.
This bird.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, wow, it is slim pickings, but I guess whatever.
It was a small bird, kind of. Huh?
Yeah, it was 11 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay,
so-
that's a
Nice
nice size.
bird.
So I grab it and bring it, put it in the cart, and she looks at it and she said, that's a goose. It's like, what? Ryan, that's a goose. And I look at the label and it surely said goose on it. So we put that back and then
It's
I
like
said,
not a small label either.
well, who reads those things?
It's like a bumper sticker across it.
This is a goose.
It didn't have a picture of it on it or anything.
When you picked it up, did it honk?
No, it was frozen solid. So then we put it back and then we went over and I'm like, well, I think we're out of luck then. Well, then there was another cooler a little ways down that was packed solid full of full turkeys of all shapes and sizes. And so we grabbed one of those. And
How
then,
much would it have cost to buy that?
well,
goose?
it's interesting you ask.
That's interesting, I bet.
Because the guy that was filling the case with even more turkeys, there's no supply shortage on turkeys.
No, there isn't.
He says, are you finding everything you need? And I said, well, evidently we don't need a goose. I can tell you that much. And then Tab is laughing, can't hardly keep herself together. And he finds out the story and he said, well, they're running about $85 to $100 a piece right now.
Man, $8 to $10 a pound.
Yeah. So
We're in the wrong business. There's geese all around here.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like,
If I could shoot something, I can't even hit the side of a barn. But if I could, I'd go into the goose
There's
hunting
a
business.
lot of them flying overhead right now.
they're
getting
everywhere.
ready to
How
go.
could they be $85? We could make a mint.
Oh, I know.
But
Well, what kind of goose are they? They might be a
Matter?
yeah,
fed
well,
special breed.
For that amount of money, I think they'd package whatever kind of goose you bring them.
right. So then, the laughter was that I'd have figured it out when we got to the counter. But quite frankly, I don't think I would have. I think that they would have said, "Well, that'll be $211.66," and I'd have been like, "Wow, groceries have gone up."
Wow,
and just gone
inflation.
home.
It's a real thing. Look at
Yeah.
that.
It's a good thing your wife went with you.
Yeah,
She
right.
didn't just send you off on your own.
We'd have had a goose at home. I can
Now,
guarantee
when
you
put
that.
turkey in the Traeger, don't forget to take the giblets out.
Oh yeah, yep.
You don't want those things, all the paper and everything.
No. There's plastic in there. Do you
Yeah.
eat any of that stuff?
Yeah.
Is this my revenge?
Huh?
Is this your revenge? Is
What do you mean?
eating the giblets?
Have any of you seen Christmas Vacation? I know you're not a
Yeah.
you're not a fan. of it.
I've seen it. Yeah.
yeah.
You boil those and you get water with the flavor.
No.
And then you put it in the gravy and you don't even know what happens.
No.
Yeah, use that to make the gravy. Yeah.
You do. It's good.
No.
A little potato
No.
water in there.
But whenever
I don't like gravy, so that lets
There
you
you
know
go.
something.
Wh-
There you
whenever
go.
anyone says giblets or the
Or do you
part
think it's
those parts, I
giblets?
always think of him like save the neck for me, Clark.
Oh.
Yep.
So who's
no.
cooking? Who are you? So you're cooking the turkey.
Yep. And are you cooking the turkey, or is that Mel's?
I got a feeling
Department.
we have it's kind of neat. We're hosting Thanksgiving at our house again with Melissa's brother and his family and my mother-in-law who's moved to Fargo now. She's a
Yay. Hi,
Fargonian.
Judy.
How do
Hi,
we what
Judy.
are we Fargoites or Fargoans or
Fargonians.
Fargonians?
Yeah, it's
Fargoan. You're
So,
a Fargoan.
she-
There's no I in it.
She went on walkabout for about 7 years, but now she's back home.
Yay.
So
Okay.
so they're all coming over to our place. So it's
Is your daddy coming home?
Dad is not coming for Thanksgiving. He's going to
Okay.
come at the next holiday,
Yay. Okay.
Christmas time.
That'll be fun to see Dewey.
Yeah. So we're having everyone at our house, and what am I doing? Whatever you tell me, drill sergeant, is what I'm doing.
There you go.
That's kind of the role that I take upon myself at these times because it's like,
And keeping up with your fantasy football team.
of course,
That's it. Yeah.
of course,
Yep.
yeah. At this time, it's like, whatever you tell me. It's just
Are you entertaining many people with your Traeger turkey?
No, not many.
The four of you?
Yep. And I think Tab's mom and dad are going to come over.
Oh, good.
Yep.
Good. How about you, Annie?
I'm going to my mom's, and
Yep.
it's just gonna be the three of us.
And
Because my mom's making a lot of food, I guess.
Are
Just
you bringing your dog?
yeah, dog's coming with.
Okay.
Her
Yeah.
dogs will be there. It'll be a disaster.
so. Do all of you have any like thanks?
Ask me where I'm going.
Oh, where are you
Oh,
going?
yeah.
Oh, thanks. I'm going to my brother's house.
I already knew, so it kind of slipped my head. So,
These guys didn't know.
do
That's
any of
true.
you? Do any of you have any like what
My brother lives in Alexandria. on
Like
the
a f-
lake.
like a favorite Thanksgiving tradition?
to watch football and fall asleep.
Is that the goal?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Dad thing.
The nap
And
after
and
the-
watch the Egg Bowl.
The Egg Bowl.
The Egg Bowl, Mississippi and Mississippi State.
the post tryptophan nap.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But oh, ouch, that hurt.
Don't do that. Don't do that. I think you spiked the mic, actually.
I think my favorite Thanksgiving tradition is the leftovers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part.
Yep.
You eat the meal and then you go into a slumber for a couple hours and then it's like, ooh, let's make some
I do
sandwiches.
I do like that you can get the cranberry Jello stuff in the can.
In the
you know,
can.
yeah,
The real cranberries.
yeah. You can only get that at Thanksgiving time, I guess.
It's there.
Is it?
You have to look for it. Yeah,
Oh.
you can get it. I always loved, my mom would always make homemade rolls.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah, you'd have
Wow.
homemade buns, and then that right after the 5 o'clock, or we'd eat early,
Mm-hmm.
and then for our supper meal, whatever that's called.
So did you?
Then we'd have, then you cut the bun open and you put a little butter on it, put a little mayo on it,
Mm.
and then turkey and a little salt and lettuce, and
Wow.
that was the best.
Do you
Oh,
have
that's
that recipe? Do you still do that? Do you still make those the buns that your mom made?
Heavens no.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to do it. My mother didn't teach me to bake anything.
Mm.
My brother knows how, and my nephew knows how. They both know how to can and do all kinds of things that mom taught them,
Mm.
but I didn't learn.
Is anybody trying anything new? I mean, I'm doing the turkey, and I have another thing I'm doing new. But are you doing anything new?
What are you doing new?
I'm gonna try to make my grandma's stuffing. So she sent me the recipe was fantastic. because it's like making toast and using the bread and everything. But the best part was when I got the recipe from my grandma.
Send you a picture of
Hi,
it?
Grandma, by the way.
Hi, Grandma. Your grandma's really cool.
Yeah, she did not send me she didn't send me a picture, but she sent me this list of ingredients, and at the top of the list was 2 sticks of butter.
Nice.
Yes.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
Half a pound of
Oh
butter.
yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready.
Celery,
Celery, yep.
Onions.
Onions, yep. What else?
parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme.
I don't know if this is
You're gonna need sage.
whole milk,
Yeah.
salt, sugar.
Sugar.
Oh
Butter
Yeah.
and sugar.
Does it
Yep.
have mushrooms or anything in it?
no.
Any meat in it?
Nope.
Okay.
Interesting.
Any nuts in there?
Nope.
Okay.
So I was looking for a good gravy recipe for this Thanksgiving, and I have this cookbook that was given by the women on my side of the family when Melissa and I got married. And we've collected other recipes in there and so on. So I'm flipping through it. I'm looking for any recipe, and I noticed 2 things about it. One of them, the last recipe, is how to get the smell of skunk out of your dog.
Tomato juice.
I don't even remember what was in it. I want to say turpentine was in there somewhere.
Oh,
Kill the dog.
turpentine will take a lot of stuff out. I'll tell you that.
But the other
Smells
thing
worse.
was, it wasn't like half a cup, quarter cup, tablespoon. It was like, put a smidge of this in your
oh
room
yeah,
of
yeah,
Groot.
yeah,
Put
Oh,
a dash
no.
of that.
Mhm.
I'm like, well, what's a smidge? What's a dash?
yeah.
You know, a good helping of
Yeah.
that. And it's just like, oh my goodness.
You know, I hate to think that they would think this way, but my great grandma was the same way. Phenomenal. She would make like Coogan. You know,
Mhm.
just
Good stuff.
just fantastic.
Yeah.
But it was always the same sort of thing. Oh, I just put a little bit of this in there and a little bit of that in there. I hate to think that they would think this way, but could it be that they're like,
I'm not going to teach you.
took me 40 years to figure this recipe out. You think I'm just
You
going
gotta earn
to
it.
hand this over to you?
There's
Yeah.
I saw a meme of like a cookie recipe of like over my dead body, and her tombstone had the cookie recipe on it. Like, that's how you earn the cookie recipe.
That was my mom's rolls that you're talking about. She didn't have a recipe written down
Yeah.
for her
I
bread.
always think of like the Schitt's Creek scene of like fold in the butter. How do you fold in butter? You just fold it in. How can you show me? I can't show you everything. This is your recipe. Just like I can't like.
Oh, well, I think with people who are just like spend a life cooking and cooking for family, and they have personal recipes, it's more of an art than it is a science at that
Yeah.
point.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and you know the thing that goes into it that we can't put into it until we really know the recipe is what? The love that mom put in.
Yeah.
The love that grandma put
Yeah.
in.
Yep.
They sell it at the store. It's called lard.
That's true. That's some of it. I
Oh,
was trying to
man.
be so
Sorry.
heartfelt,
I'm
and then
sorry.
you do that, Joker.
You know, I just thought
I
of
was
this.
trying to bring us to a point of something other than total tomfoolery.
Something decent.
You know, I just thought of a question for you, DJ, because you know I used to love the cold. I used to just get excited when winter came around, and now I can't stand it.
Mm-hmm.
Gets dark at 5 o'clock and it's freezing cold outside. You got to shovel the car.
Bitter old man.
Yeah, curmudgeon, right?
Arr.
Let
And
the
we
dog
liked
out at
it.
midnight.
Well, yeah, but I wonder, what was it like in North Carolina?
At this time,
Yeah,
I can tell you exactly how it is.
yeah,
It's 60 degrees.
yeah.
It's beautiful.
So what I'm saying
They
is,
think it's cold. It's beautiful.
what I'm asking is, how was it from the day before Thanksgiving until the day after New Year's? Like, what was the feel?
Yeah. So the feel was
No
like,
snow, nice weather.
yeah, it was like the beginning of fall, the end of summer, the beginning of fall. And so that was one thing living in other places that I did miss. I used to, my kids are we're going trick or treating, and every year When I was your age, I'd put on my costume and then I'd put the snowsuit on top of it. But you get nostalgic for the things that you remember as when you were a kid. But it was odd to be doing things around Thanksgiving and Christmas without snow.
Mm-hmm.
So what do? Well, the football game in the backyard's a bit more fun.
Yeah.
You don't come, with frostbite and whatnot.
So it still felt like Thanksgiving and Christmas?
Yes. Part of it is because we lived in Pennsylvania. We lived an hour away from where the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade was actually happening.
Oh, yeah.
So, it was a train ride away to actually go there.
Did you go to New York City and see it?
Huh?
You went to New York City and saw the...
This is still a sore spot for all of us. The entire time I lived there, we never went to New York City.
Oh, no. You're
Excuse
saying
me,
you lived
what?
there and then you never went.
We went all over Pennsylvania, but we never went.
I'm out of here.
Okay, sir. You had one.
Yep.
You had one job.
Yep. Yep. And when I lived in North Carolina, never took the kids skiing.
What?
Well, you can take them here.
Well, you can, but it's not the same.
It's not the same.
Cross country.
Go up to Edgewood. Cross country.
We can go out by Detroit Lakes or
You can go
Alexandria.
to Detroit Mountain.
You can go hit Detroit Mountain. I've done that one
You
jump.
can go to Brandon.
What's that?
Brandon is the name of a
That one
town
jump.
in Minnesota.
Brandon.
Yeah, and they have a ski place there too.
They have a ski hill.
Alexandria area, yeah.
Cool.
Little hill.
Well, when I think of skiing, I think of the Rocky Mountains,
Yeah.
where I grew up,
Yeah.
skiing in mountains. But no, I like Detroit
Grew up
Mountain.
by
I like
the
all that stuff.
Cascades. You didn't grow up by the Rocky Mountains.
That's the Cascades are part of the Rockies.
Well then, there's that.
Yes, and
Agree to disagree.
Well then. See, but I've done Christmas without any snow. I've done Christmas in Arizona, and that's bizarre.
yeah.
It's not. No.
Well, it's weird to see the decorations and
yeah,
the
I'm what are you
wreaths and
doing? With all your Christmas, there's no
all
snow.
all the little
and all their,
elves out on with the cactus
and the big
that's
blow ups, and I'm just
strange.
you have no snow, you have no right.
So
I
what
was
is-
so mad about it.
Obviously, theirs are all permanent Christmas trees then, right? Unless they get a Christmas cactus.
It's Christmas cactus.
They ship them in from places.
Yeah.
I
Oh.
realize that.
Okay.
The trees we have at the lots just down University didn't come from North Dakota.
Well,
They might have come from California.
Not Minnesota?
Maybe not.
They have tree farms in Minnesota, don't they?
Yeah, there's a really big one in
They do.
Woodbury.
They do. All over. But also,
Where you go cut down your own tree?
when you live out west, which
don't
Arizona
know.
is,
Yeah,
they're close to California.
that's true.
They have trees there.
And they
And
have
they
trees.
do-
They have really big trees.
Yes,
They actually do cut down.
They
some
have
trees for
protected
Christmas.
trees. They're not allowed to cut
Yeah.
down.
You live close to Oregon. They had a lot of Christmas tree farms there when I lived there. Washington State.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. There's a lot there.
And that's not far, just down the road from Arizona. So they can have real Christmas trees.
Yeah, that's true.
They're
But I
not
feel like
permanent.
that's cheating.
Okay, then, whatever.
One story, when I was in Charlotte, Christmas Eve, midnight service. It had not snowed, and the nice thing about snow in North Carolina is that it has the good sense to leave before it overstays its welcome.
But it gets really funky driving.
Yes, but it hadn't snowed, and it was, I think, maybe our first or second Christmas there, and it just felt weird because in Pennsylvania you get snow by Christmas time. North Carolina, no snow. Christmas Eve, midnight service, as saying goodbye to everyone. Merry Christmas. It's right. The church I served, when you walk out of the sanctuary and you walk past the pastor at the end of the sanctuary, you walk outside. And they had this
Oh.
big patio out front. Doors are open, and as people are
Here
leaving,
comes another Hallmark movie.
down comes the snow.
Oh.
Wow.
It was so cool.
That's too perfect.
It was too perfect. And it was there all Christmas Day and then gone by the 26th. So the kids on Christmas Day went outside and played in the snow.
Oh,
Wow.
that was one.
You and your home.
Oh, well, the one tier.
Life.
One tier.
Yeah, that was another Hallmark movie moment.
There you go.
Did you have a horse carriage come by too? And
Yeah.
pick you up?
All of a sudden, carolers just
It wasn't that perfect.
Okay.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, Christmas is fun. It's gonna be good.
What are we gonna do for Advent? We haven't talked about Advent yet. What are you doing for Advent,
Well,
Brian?
we have a new sermon series.
Do we?
We do.
Hey, Victor's out of the picture now.
He is. He's
Bye,
done.
Vic.
D-U-N, done. Yeah, new sermon series. What child is this, I believe, right?
I think so.
Right?
Sounds about right. That's
Yeah.
what I've written on everything.
So rather than Victor, are we going to get like a 6 foot tall child? Since Victor was not at the right
With his
dimensions.
face blocked out. You know, like when you block out a kid's face on so they don't see him.
So
you
you
know?
don't see him?
Yeah, so you don't know who it is. You can't identify
And
him.
you can have like a thought bubble around his head, and the theme for each day could be live. Or child, what are some of the other
The
ones
child
that
who
we're doing?
taught us how to live.
Live,
How to live, yeah.
The child who
Yeah.
taught us how to forgive.
forgive,
Child-
trust,
Trust. Love.
love, celebrate,
Yeah, all that stuff.
pray. And there's another one in there somewhere, one or two more.
Yeah.
So is that a 4-part series? Is that right?
No, it's however many weeks there are in
Yeah,
Advent.
it's 6, I think.
6?
Because we're gonna do.
No, I think it's
We're gonna
7.
do it on Christmas Eve,
Yep.
Christmas Day, and
Oh,
The
okay.
following Sunday.
yeah, and the Sunday.
So we're
It's
gonna
right
do. Are we
after.
gonna do it all of Christmas as well as Advent, like the
Yep,
entire
yep,
Christmas?
yep.
Oh, I thought it was
Oh.
just up to Christmas.
Well,
Okay.
no, because the child doesn't come till Christmas.
Well, I understand
I
that.
can't teach us anything before he shows up.
That's
Yeah.
right. We're only guessing at that point what he's like.
That's the cliffhanger.
That's why we're saying, what child is this?
Join
I haven't
us.
seen him yet.
Join us next year
To find
as we reveal.
But we sing that song every year. It's like
Yeah.
we never learn. What child is this? Don't you know yet?
Spoiler alert: Jesus.
Well, we're on the subject of Christmas. What's your favorite Christmas song?
Probably Silent Night. Probably Silent Night with a guitar only accompaniment.
Okay.
That's how Franz Gruber first played it.
Who?
He wrote it.
He was in Die Hard.
He wasn't Die Hard. I was thinking
Up
the same
top.
I
thing.
put there too, but I wasn't gonna say it.
What?
Hans Gruber was the bad
Not
guy in.
Hans,
Oh.
Franz.
Talking about Christmas,
Don't
the
get your
best
Hans and
Christmas
Franz
movie
mixed
of all
up.
time.
Hans and Franz
It's Franz, not Hans.
gonna pump you up.
Pump you up. No, he played the guitar.
Franz Gruber.
That's
Franz
more.
Gruber.
That's more.
Oh,
That's more
boy.
proof that Die Hard is a Christmas
Right.
movie, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
There
that's
you
where
go.
they got his name from.
We're not going there again, are we? We aren't going to
Nope.
have that conversation.
No,
with
CJ,
you.
Silent-
what's your favorite song?
Silent. So okay, Silent Night.
Silent Night with the guitar.
With the
only
guitar.
accompaniment.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Or Oh Holy Night. I love.
Oh yes.
I
Okay.
love Oh Holy Night.
All right.
I gotta agree with Pastor Becky. Oh Holy Night, and What Child Is This? Even though we sing it every year,
You never figure it out.
never figure it out. Just
Okay.
always hanging.
Dana.
I gotta think about it.
We don't have much time. People are going to
Brian,
quit
what's yours?
listening.
You go. Let me hold on. I gotta look.
Do you like the song that's both joyful and triumphant?
I mean, I just like a lot of Christmas songs. Like I have a whole like playlist on my phone for Christmas that comes out November 1st.
I like the. I
that
like
I just like play.
Zaver
So
Gruber.
I don't know. I don't know which one's my favorite.
Franz Xaver Gruber. I like the chops.
Nice, aren't they?
Yeah. Mine? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey because I
No.
feel like she's singing to me. No? Little.
The
little
good news is, in like a week, you're gonna get to hear it about 482
When do you start?
times.
No, it
Literally,
starts
her money,
tomorrow.
like most of her money, comes from that song alone.
I've heard it
I have
already,
no doubt.
actually.
It starts tomorrow.
I've
Does
heard,
it start tomorrow?
Oh yeah.
Thanksgiving?
Sirius XM. It'll all start tomorrow.
actually, it's Little Drummer Boy. That's my favorite.
Oh, that's nice.
And-
Parumpa pum pum.
And Pentatonics does it just.
Yes,
yeah,
they
they
do.
do.
Yep.
Yeah, they're okay. We sang it in a high school choir. I kind of liked it too. They're all
I
right,
feel
they're
like
all right.
mine.
Did you find it now on Google? Hey Google.
I think mine would be Silver Bells.
Oh, that's a nice one
Hey
too.
Google, what's my favorite Christmas?
Hey Siri, tell me my
Give me
favorite
a-
Christmas song.
Quick, give me the name of a Christmas song.
No, I had to go through my Christmas playlist.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
I have, that's what I have before I started doing all digital music, all my, streaming things.
Mhm.
Most of the things that I bought were Christmas albums.
Sure.
Oh.
And
Do
I have
Burl Ives? Do you have some?
No, I mean, no, later than
Bing
that.
Crosby.
I have a lot of instrumental ones. I have piano ones, which I just love, and guitar ones, and yeah. Oh, I have Amy. Oh shoot, what's her name?
Jimmy
Okeson?
Grant?
Singer, the country singer, Amy Grant.
Oh, Amy Grant.
Amy Grant. And I have, I have quite a few people.
Speaking of music and Christmas time and Advent, I am excited for Jarl and Jen's
Jiving and
Jingle.
jazzy jingle.
jazz.
I tried to ask her because I wanted to make her a little like one of these.
Yeah.
And we don't know how many J's there are. So every
We're
time
alliterating
It's
what they're
changed.
going to do.
Joyful Jazzy Jingle Jam Jamboree was one of that.
Yeah.
By Jarl and Jen.
By Jarl and Jen.
Jen and Jarl.
I don't think that will be online at all, though.
Really?
I don't
I think
think
that's
so.
going to
I think
be
we have to figure out how.
in the building only because it's in
Yeah.
between services, right?
Well, but maybe there'll be a way we can
Record it or
stream
something.
it.
I think they should be the live in for the pre-show.
Yeah, so instead of the pre-show, let's just do them.
Yeah.
That would be
Well,
fun.
thanks a lot. For those of us who like doing the pre-show.
You won't ever see me on the pre-show, so it doesn't affect me.
It's fun. It's just like this.
Challenge
Yeah.
accepted.
Yeah, never's a long
Yeah.
time. You said
We
you'd never
never
be
know.
on the podcast,
We
too.
never know what we're doing.
Well, I
on the
know who I'm
pre-show
going
till
to
we
say
start
is
either.
going to be doing it next week.
Yeah.
I think Dayna should do it. Yeah, you guys think
okay,
so
that's a
too?
good
Yeah,
idea.
yeah, let's have her do the pre-show.
Except for, if you ask
She'll
Ryan,
be
I've
here.
never been here on time for a Sunday, so like not
Don't
a
worry,
great
we never
choice.
start the pre-show on time. It's always
Not a great
So
choice
anyway,
for me.
Jen and Jarl's jingling jazzy.
Yeah, they're going to...
They're gonna do with the saxophone, with the keyboard, guitar. It's gonna be so great. They had so much fun planning it.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're gonna
Yeah,
do
I got to
Christmas
watch them
music.
practice.
pretty excited.
Christmas music between the services. So come early between services so that you can hear them doing music. 'cause
I'm
it's
excited for
fabulous.
that. That's going to be fun.
Sounds so
Oh, you know what else I'm thankful for?
Huh.
I am thankful for the Pentecost Holiness
Oh,
Church of
yeah.
Grace.
Yeah.
This is
Talk
a
about it.
Oh, yay. This is a congregation that began worshiping at Atonement last Sunday. They're worshiping at noon in our sanctuary. The majority of the people who make up this congregation are from the Congo in Africa, the Republic of Congo, and from a lady from Malawi and other people from Chad, but they're just the most wonderful people, and we have become brothers and we always were brothers and sisters in Christ. We just didn't know each other.
Yeah.
And now we've gotten to meet Pastor Silas, Pastor Eric. They have one more pastor I haven't met. And the people of the congregation, if you watched our church service
On the 14th.
2
on
weeks
the
ago.
14th of November,
Yep.
our band played with their band. Go back on YouTube and watch it. The music is outstanding between the two groups. We're going to hope to do that. And now,
I love how Pastor Mark had been like, I've never seen it before, but they were the first to get every one of these Lutherans to raise their hands and worship.
I said that.
Did you say that?
It was me.
Was he quoting you?
Yeah.
Well, I thought that was pretty funny,
It was
Pastor
pretty good.
Becky.
Well, you weren't watching, huh? I said that right. Never mind. Mark probably said it too. Let's give credit where credit is due, shall we? Anyway.
Did you say it in staff meeting?
No,
she
I said it online, streaming directly after they sang.
Yeah,
Oh.
she said it like on platform B.
Yeah.
Oh, you did.
Right then and there.
She was doing that.
Before Mark even got to open
I
his
still,
mouth.
I still had my hands up. I was so.
It was so wonderful. It was so wonderful. But anyway, we are so excited to have PHG, right? Pentecost Holy. Oh, PHCG here with us.
Yeah.
They're fabulous people, and they're going to be worshiping at Atonement from now on. And you are always welcome if you want to hear their music and come worship with them. They kind of start gathering at noon, but the music doesn't get going till about 12:30 or so. And they worship, and they do music, and they have messages. But it's in French and Swahili, but you still get the idea.
Yeah. It's an
And-
excellent partnership. And,
Oh, it's so good. And they're going to have a New Year's Eve service that's a traditional African New Year's Eve service. And Atonement people or anyone who wants to come is invited between 9 and 1 on New Year's Eve to worship and pray and sing. It's going to be great.
what a way to ring in the new year.
Wouldn't it be fun? I'm going to be here. Yeah.
Wow.
Really good. But anyway, I'm thankful for all of them and for God bringing them into our lives. It's just been amazing. Yeah. See, I got us to be serious for a minute.
Well, and you got us back to Thanksgiving, so I want to enter
Yeah.
real quickly into the House of Theological Nitwittery.
DJ's House of Theological Nitwittery.
Brought to you by Pastor Cross's liturgical sweaters.
Pastor Paul Cross's liturgical sweaters.
Know what time of the year it is with your liturgical sweater. Thanksgiving is...
He really messed all that up.
I know.
It up, didn't he?
Yeah, he really blew it.
Okay, never mind.
When you think about Thanksgiving, right, it's not just an American holiday. It's not just about eating turkey. It's not just about football. If you think about what Thanksgiving was originally about, it was about a people that were persecuted for what they believed and traveling a very dangerous journey to come to a place where they could worship God in peace. And in that entire process, many people died, but once the season had turned the corner and they were able to gather food and make relationships with the people that were already here in the new world and got aid from them, they were able to come together. And the first Thanksgiving that the Pilgrims had with the Indians was really about thanking God for his grace and providence in protecting them and guiding them to a place where they would hopefully be able to worship God and live in peace. And that's...
What year was that, DJ?
I don't know.
1621.
1621 was the first
Think
like-
about that.
idea of the pilgrimage.
21.
Wow.
17, 18, 19, 400 years ago.
400 years
That
ago.
makes my brain hurt.
The counting or just that?
Just
That's
that
so long
big of
ago?
a number. Just.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a long time ago.
exactly
It is a
400
long time ago.
400 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I know it's
I
easy.
don't know if it was on the first Thursday or last Thursday of the month. Though. I'm not sure.
I don't think that started until it was either Abraham Lincoln or it was Franklin Roosevelt who had it become like Congress
It's like
put it in.
100-year span. It could have been anybody.
Well, yeah, there's a couple different calls for Thanksgiving throughout, like George Washington did one, but there wasn't a set date until like I can't remember if it was Abraham Lincoln or FDR who said it's going to be the third or fourth Thursday.
Don't leave until I Google.
All right, you got the Google machine in front of you.
Yep, she's got it going.
When you guys think of Thanksgiving, I don't know if the average person would see that the original purpose of Thanksgiving was to give thanks to God.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of times we get wrapped up in how busy things need to be. If you're cooking, you want to make this great meal. You can get really stressed out. People can get wrapped up in consumerism around Black Friday, which is great too, but you can get...
I am thankful for
get wrapped
many
up in all that
stores
stuff.
that have decided not to be open
Yeah.
on Thanksgiving. Some of the larger stores like Target and stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they all thought it was really cool to start opening a few years ago. And that seemed to be a bit of, dare I say, greed.
Yeah.
Anyway, and so I just am thankful that they decided to let their people have a day off
Mm-hmm.
and that we're just going to, we started Black Friday greed a month ago, so whatever.
Well, like this year, Black Friday for a lot of stores started on Sunday.
And
Yeah.
even before
That you
that.
could start
But I am
shop their
thankful that a
deals.
lot of stores have decided that was stupid. They learned during COVID that, you couldn't be open most of the time anyway, and
Right.
nobody was coming out, so they learned something new.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the House agreed to the amendment, and President Roosevelt, that would be Franklin Delano Roosevelt, signed the resolution December 26, 1941, thus establishing the fourth Thursday in November as the federal Thanksgiving Day holiday.
1941.
So
80 years.
80 years ago.
80 years.
Yep.
That's an old practice of having like a day of prayer and a day of Thanksgiving. Is that something that you think the church should
Yes.
push to bring back? Because it's not an ongoing practice anymore.
Well, that's why I love the service that's coming to us on New Year's Eve,
Yeah.
because mostly what they do on that night is pray.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what they've told us.
That's
So
the
come
plan,
join
yeah.
us in prayer. And it's like, whoa, so cool.
Yeah.
Because we don't do that enough. That's my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else agree with me?
I think you're absolutely right.
Okay, there. Thank you. Y'all got
It was
really-
one of those things
y'all
where
got
it's
really
like
quiet.
it was so true. It's just like
Yeah, it's
common sense. Of course.
Word has it that Ryan,
As the story
as
goes.
the story
goes.
goes, we need more services of just prayer. Tonight is fun. Oh, but it'll be all over, so we can't tell people now.
Well, they can go back and watch.
They can go back and watch.
We had a Thanksgiving Eve service on the 24th. Wednesday, the day that we're recording right now. And we have a great video of people letting us know what they're thankful for.
Lots of kids.
Lots of kids, yep. And so you can go back and watch that on YouTube. Maybe this is a good time to let you know that you can watch all of our past sermon series, Bible studies, that podcast episodes, special services, everything back from the beginning of the pandemic can be found on YouTube by searching Atonement Fargo. So you can find it.
Our service, our modern or our traditional services.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go back and find them. Sometimes some of it is just the sermon. If you find just the sermon, know that you can keep looking and you'll find the whole service. So you can have the music and everything too.
Little tip for any of the confirmation students that are wondering about getting their sermon notes in.
Yeah, you can go back.
Just go and see just the sermon.
Just the sermon.
But
Wait,
wait a
that
minute, I have
1.5
a question now, though. I do have a question. How are they supposed to let you know what their favorite song was
Yeah.
if they only watched the
Yeah.
sermon?
Or
would they just
we
write-
already know what the favorite song is. It is
Song 3.
song 3.
There it is. They'll say song 3. It's the last one of the service when they get to go home.
Song 3.
Sometimes they say the first one. It's when I felt God was there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I truly believe them. Word has it.
Mm-hmm.
So the story goes.
So the story goes. So, all right. Well, you know what else we could use?
It's when they goof and they listen to the same one twice and hand in the same sermon note 2 separate weeks in a row of the same sermon note. And you go, oops, you listen to one twice.
That's happened before, too.
It has. We love them so much.
Yep.
Seriously, I love those kids so much. I almost let them get by with that.
Almost, not quite, but
Almost.
just.
Almost. You know what else we could use? We could use, if you have any questions or comments or anything like that, you can submit those at thatpodcast.net or atonement.live. You can submit them even on YouTube in the comments section.
Yes.
We have a That Podcast Facebook page.
I don't think they can, Ryan. I think we've answered every question.
Have we answered them all?
I don't think there's any more questions to answer. We'd just be repeating at this point.
Oh, well.
That's why we haven't gotten overloaded with emails like we have in the past, because I think we've answered everything.
Well,
I don't know.
That's the
I don't
story that I'm making up, and I'm sticking to it. Maybe they can prove me
But
wrong.
maybe they would like something more topic centered than this one has been.
It's a holiday.
There's a topic. This is about Thanksgiving.
Okay.
We-
and Christmas
It's about
and
holidays.
Advent.
Yeah.
we
Holidays.
have we do have in the coming weeks a couple of great guests. So stay tuned for that.
Who's
Which
coming?
won't be me.
Well, I can't say.
Oh, you haven't asked them yet?
I have asked them. I have
He
asked
does
them.
know,
who
he
they
just doesn't
are?
want to tell you.
John Elway has not answered the letter yet. So
No, no. I'll give the name of one because whether he likes it or not, we're going to get him in here, and that's Pastor Tom Olson.
Oh,
He'll be
absolutely.
coming on.
I'm
Has to.
excited.
Yep. And actually, he wanted to be on already, but things just didn't work out. But we'll get him in here.
He could have been here today.
No, he couldn't.
Okay,
Pastor-
never mind.
Pastor Tom Olson and his wife Eunice are missionaries through World Mission Prayer League and are partners with us. He's
We're calling him our missionaries in residence.
missionaries in residence,
Yep.
and they will be going soon
April 1st.
April 1st.
to the Republic of Congo.
Mm-hmm.
So we're
Yep. So,
Pretty exciting.
yeah,
pretty
that is
good.
exciting. So,
We're
yeah,
thankful. I'm thankful for them.
Yeah.
I love them so much.
they're good peeps.
You think?
Mm-hmm. I know.
You're
So-
not allowed to use that word.
Why?
It just sounds wrong.
Oh,
Peeps or
It sounds like sweet, icky marshmallow things. Ugh, I don't like them.
all right. Does anybody have anything else?
No.
Otherwise, we're gonna.
Folks, this has been really fun, and know that we really, really do love Jesus, and we really do church things sometimes. But the whole part of being the wonderful body of Christ is that we get to love one another here and just be so silly and fun together and relate together. So I hope people have enjoyed that.
Yeah.
I love it.
Pastor Becky, would you like to pray us out of here
I
today?
already talked about Jesus once. Okay, sure. I'd love to.
We got to mention it twice in our contract, otherwise
Oh, is that it?
That's the deal.
shut her down.
Okay, I'd love to. Heavenly Father, I thank you so much for my three friends right here, and I thank you for those who are listening and who have put up with this whole thing going all the way through it. Aren't they wonderful? But Heavenly Father, you are more wonderful than all else, and we have this wonderful season coming up called Advent, when we anticipate the coming of Jesus into our world, you incarnate into our lives, and it's so wonderful. Your whole plan is amazing. And so we give you thanks for that. And now we thank you for the Thanksgiving we will have had with our family and friends by the time people hear this. And we hope that they have also had a wonderful time with family and friends. And bless all those who are listening today and tomorrow and the next day in all that they do. In Jesus' name we pray. Thanks, my friends. Amen.
Amen.
Love you.
All right. So we mentioned it already, but we'll mention it again, that you can find us on YouTube by searching Atonement Fargo. You can go to atonement.live or atonementfargo.org or thatpodcast.net to hear that podcast. If you go to YouTube, like and subscribe. Hit the bell. You'll get notifications when all of our new content comes out, and you'll be able to go back and check out previous episodes of that podcast. Like I said earlier, sermons, special services. Watch out for all of that as we go through November, or we're almost done with November, but as we get into December, you can check all of that out on YouTube by searching Atonement Fargo. And we have live services every Sunday at 9 a.m. we have a tradition service, and 10:30 a.m. we have a modern service.
Do we have anything for kids at that time? Sunday school.
Sunday school in the building, yes.
9 and 10:30.
9 and 10:30 in the building, yes. Yep, we do. I think that's it. I think we're ready to rock and roll out of here. So for Dayna Mashevsky and Pastor DJ Laura and Pastor Becky Lee, my name is Ryan Janke. Join us next time for another riveting episode of That Podcast.